Next, very relevant topic. You can see here out of the 5 patient leaders, 4 are women. And it's autoimmune diseases are mostly more common in women. So when there's women, there's also an issue of pregnancy. So the pregnancy related issues in rheumatic disease is a very important issue. So I will ask now 2 ladies. One is a young lady, she's still unmarried, but she should know about it. Bachasmita, and she's well read, so I'm sure she will tell us. And also Neetu, with maybe the life experience, she should tell us about pregnancy related complications. And then Professor Ghosh will respond to it after you have done your queries. So start with the young lady first, and also the other young lady next after that. So Vachas and Neetu, please.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there are two things, like I want to add to what Kirtida had mentioned, though it's nothing to do with pregnancy straight away, but I would say I have a love-hate relationship with steroids. I have seen I can't say worst, I'm no one to judge, but I know I've been through a lot because of steroid. I had steroid-induced cataract in both my eyes, osteopenia, vascular necrosis, and whatnot, and then the surgeries required, the preventive measures required was very painful. But sir, coming to the pregnancy aspect, I think Neetu and I share that in common, and that is cyclophosphamide. So before I was prescribed cyclophosphamide, one of the major information shared by my rheumatologist was first the ovarian toxicity and the infertility aspects of it. But in my case, like I said in the introduction, pregnancy, marriage, and all is all societal norms, and for me, fortunately, it's insignificant. I have the luxury to not care about it. Whereas at Lupus Trust India, while we interact with so many patients across India, we've noticed that is one of the biggest. If you're a lady and you automatically have a uterus, your aim is to deliver a baby, unfortunately or fortunately. And what happens with that is we have seen patients stop medication. Secondly, with cyclophosphamide, patients don't take the infusion, they try to push it and delay it. So this is something I'd like to know, sir. Sir, other than the pregnancy aspect with ovarian toxicity, I would like to ask you a question. That is, I was diagnosed with endometriotic cyst just 2 months after my cyclophosphamide infusions were completed. So is there a direct relationship with that as well? Because I suffered a lot with endometriotic cyst, and I had to be given progesterone inhibitors, and that further complicated things a lot. So sir, thank you. That's about it.
Okay. We'll go to Neetu first, and then after that, Professor Ghosh will respond to both your queries.
Thank you, sir. I would just like to extend what Vachas has mentioned. I will focus on the socio-cultural issues related to pregnancy. As we all know, marriage in India is a big market. Pardon me for calling it a market, but fact of the matter is, except metros and big cities, a marriage only means a way to get progeny. And if a female is not able to produce kids, she is not considered an appropriate marriage material. Even if she gets married, the trauma she has to face in society, being childless, and called names like a disgrace or barren, drives women to take extreme steps. Citing my case, after 2 years of my scleroderma treatment, my rheumatologist wanted me to start cyclophosphamide treatment with dexamethasone, which is normally called a pulse therapy. And it was to be done for long term. And I have taken that treatment for 3 years. The only reason I did not do it earlier in the beginning was since I would have to lose my fertility. But now was the time to either stop it or delay the progression through the treatment. Now, my family was quite anxious. I was single, and I'm still single, since the chances of me to get married would die down completely once the word goes out. But we decided survival and quality of life is more important right now than other things in life. Similar to mine, we have certain other experiences where females have come to us and reported that they are trying to get pregnant. They were on steroids, but they are facing a lot. Thank you, sir. This was from my side.
Thank you very much. So, 2 single ladies have explained the concerns about cyclophosphamide and the concerns of the women who would like to get married because they lead the society of their own group of patients. So Professor Ghosh, I hope you heard both the questions.
Yeah, yeah,
So can you please respond to them one by one?
yeah.
So Professor Ghosh, I hope you heard both the questions.
Yeah, yeah.
So can you please respond to them one by one?
Yeah. Wonderful experiences. Really, we are being enriched, and I fully appreciate and respect your feelings. But the societal issues are there, and that we have also dealt with that one. The pregnancy, yes, of course, normal pregnancy is possible, absolutely possible in lupus, scleroderma, in all autoimmune diseases. And we need to have an objective assessment at the proper time when it's to be planned. And the standard concept is whatever be the disease needs to be in low disease activity state. So be it lupus, be it scleroderma, be it Sjogren's, be it rheumatoid, like that one. And for immunosuppression, yes, of course, steroids are there. Along with that, a second immunosuppression always indicated. And cyclophosphamide, it has been shown to have a wonderful effect in reference to control of organ activity. But on the other hand, at the same breath, as we have all experienced, it's also have a negative effect. So for the ovarian functions are concerned. So we need to assess what are the safe drugs in that way. Azathioprine is that way is a wonderful drug, and we can have tacrolimus. That's another drug which can safely be used. So when a patient, young patient, plan to have pregnancy, along with that, she has got an organ aggravation, major organ involvement. So we need to balance that one. In that way, cyclophosphamide is usually being avoided. But below 25 years, there is no problem, that can be used regularly, and we use it. Mycophenolate could be an alternative choice, but with having cost is a concern for our patients. So that's to be balanced. And for cyclophosphamide, ovarian preservations nowadays are being practiced with leuprolide injections which are being given. So that's also another option which can be given. So for pregnancy issues, first and foremost thing is normal pregnancy is possible. That's not a challenge at all, provided regular continuous monitoring and contact with your attending physician is being practiced, and disease is being controlled with immunosuppression with an optimal dose. As we were talking steroids, nowadays we are gradually started feeling that possibly we are using slightly higher dose which may not be required for lupus specifically, and we are trying to practice coming from the 1 milligram per kg dose to 0.5 milligram per kg dose in regular organ involvement as a treatment, and which possibly in the long run may benefit to the patient. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ghosh. You have beautifully responded to both the queries.